Hey everyone, Damon here from the 7 Minutes on Swan, bringing you a 1 vs 1 Dawn of War Soulstorm replay on the Outer Reaches map. So as you can see, it's got various outer reaches there. So yeah, as you can see at the bottom though, we've got both our players right next to each other, just about, with just a little bit of terrain separating them. Basically a jump troop could jump from one end to the other. But anyway, on the bottom right we've got Te Passes de Skill. Interesting. Playing as the Space Marines, and on the bottom left we've got Hey, I'm Noob SS, I think that's what it's meant to be, playing as the Orcs. So yeah, it should be interesting indeed. So yeah, we'll just have a look at the starting builds for both of them. A couple of Slugger squads of course from the Orc player, and yeah, quick boys start. Yeah, he's going to be going for a Shooter Boy squad first, a bit more of a shooty oriented build so to speak. As for Te Passes, he's actually going for a Chapel Barracks and an Armory, which means it's most likely going to be going for, Assault Space Marines. So they're going to be jumping all over the place, maybe doing a bit of harassment and all that. So yeah, there we go. Here comes the first Shooter Boy squad for the noob guy. And yeah, here comes the big mech as well. So that's interesting. They didn't even capture nearby points. Huh. Indeed. Okay, yeah, they're just going straight for the outer reaches indeed. Well, what the hell, I suppose that could work as well, provided they're not too heavily harassed, which seems to be the case for the time being. However, it could change as soon as this assault squad comes out. In any case, we do have Scout Marines actually encountering a minefield. Wow, a minefield build being constructed by Gretchen. Now that's something you don't see every day. Hopefully these Assault Space Marines will be able to do something. Oh dear, but looks like this Gretchen actually managed to finish the minefield just in time, just as the Assault Space Marines came across. And okay, not bad. Elk player even starting to construct a listing post there as well. And I think that was cancelled as well. Okay, they're actually going to be decapping the point at the same time. We've got scouts heading towards the middle, going to be facing Shooter Boy zone. We've also got the big mech coming out as well. Going to okay, yep, we've got another squad of Assault Space Marines coming out for Te Passes. It's interesting. Corgan saying, is this an ESL map? Huh. Don't think I've ever seen anyone actually ask that. And yeah, of course, Giggle Spy saying no. Huh, interesting. Anyway, we've got the Orc player building yet another minefield. Wow, it seems like this minefields. I suppose, since he's only got basic troops out, as well as a big mech, which of course costs a bit of gas as well, of course, I guess it's, they might as well use the extra power on something, but yeah, from what I can see, yeah, it looks like that noob guy is going to be using the Shooter Boys as well as the big mech in a bit of a ranged configuration, doing a bit of damage to these Assault Space Marines, but at the same time they managed to decapture this point. This point is still being captured by the Scout Marines. Sluggers coming in from the west, and yeah, we just got a bit of an all-out brawl. And yeah, which is shame really. Shooter Boy had to get caught out like that, but what the hell? He probably should have just kept the big mech behind actually, just to try to take a few of these Assault Marines out while sending his Shooter Boys back, which is what he seems to be doing, but you think he could have just left them on melee at the very least, to try to, fling them about a bit and disrupt them a bit. But that's all, what can you do? Instead, yeah, he's going to be separating his big mech, and funnily enough, he's actually going to be retreating sluggers from Assault Marines while taking shots at them with big mech. That's something you don't see every day, to say the least. Finally got the Force Commander coming out for our Space Marine player. Don't have anything else coming out for our Orc player. Yeah, it's just starting to build a couple of war banners now just to act as defense. In fact, I think he's going to be warding these. Yep, he's going to be, should I say, luring these Assault Space Marines straight into the path of this listing post, which has been upgraded, as well as the war banner as well. So these guys are going to want to retreat a bit, and there we go. Thankfully, the Space Marine players paying a bit of attention there. Unfortunately, they weren't quite paying attention to those Scout Marines running into those mines and such. Kind of funny. And okay, not bad. Apparently, this minefield is close enough to this capture strategic point actually be revealed. Not bad. And yeah, we've still got this minefield there, not being revealed quite yet. Probably should see Te Passes at least building, one skull probe just to scout it out. Although we did have the Orc player come in here as well with the Slugger Boys to try to take him out too. So yeah, we just have a bit of action happening all around the map. Big mech still being used in his melee. Oh, sorry, in his ranged configuration. Don't know if I really agree with that. I mean, you might as well just put him into melee now, especially given that he was basically at arm's length from those Assault Space Marines, but what the hell. So he's just going to be running away his Shooter Boys, and don't really agree with having them in one squad either. Then again, I don't really agree with Te Passes attacking a single squad of shooter boys with 2 squads of assault marines. There's certainly no need to do that. Got this big mech retreating as well, and yeah, it looks like Tepasas is determined to get him into melee, so he's actually going to try to surround him with these assault space marines. Saga's being forced to retreat while the bigger mech is unable to provide covering fire. Not be seeing either play going to tier 2 just yet, so yeah, they're just mostly focusing on the battle here. Okay, we did have a war banner being built around the middle as well, so unless if these guys can take out these buildings quickly, and the bigger mech quickly at the very least, yeah, they're going to be fighting a bit of a losing battle, to say the least. Oh, what the hell, I think the minefield's been completely destroyed, so certainly paying for itself a bit there. Assault Space Marines doing a bit of damage to this war banner, but here comes the Gretchen, of course. Haven't been stealthed for whatever reason, not sure why, given how cheap it is to do that, but anyway. And yep, they're going to be repairing the war banner in any case. Gretchen's actually being demoralised and they're going to get hacked to pieces. But yeah, they certainly serve their purpose of warding away the fire of the Space Marine Commander, and yeah, the war banner will survive at least for the time being. A few flames here and there. Only a single assault Space Marine squad left, and the Force Commander, though he does have full health though, while the bigger mech is starting to lose a bit of health. Though, yeah, Space Marine players certainly taking quite a bit of damage. So yeah, that's Tepasas guys still deciding to fight around the middle, and yeah, as you can see, that noob guy is... Okay, I thought he was just going to dance around his troops, but yeah, apparently he's not going to do that. Wow, he almost got his big mech into the action as well, though, rather prematurely, given that he's still got to heal up a bit. So there we go, we've got the point, the outer reach, as it were, still being captured by the Space Marines. A couple of assault Space Marines on the outer reaches on the left. Are they going to... Yep, looks like they're going to harass this point at the same time. The Force Commander is going to be engaging these guys in the middle. As for our Orc player, probably should be seeing more separate shooter squads rather than you know, one big squad like this. But what the hell, now that they're free to shoot on their own, should be able to do a bit of damage. And yeah, here we go, we finally got the Assault Space Marines coming in just to ward off these shooter boys, but it looks like the Force Commander is going to get killed off, but he did manage to kill the big mech at the same time, so I guess it was a bit of a trade of commanders there, and there we go, there goes the Force Commander getting killed off just like that. Although the relic point is getting decaptured by our Tepasas guy, is that Tepasas? Yeah, Tepasas, while the noob guy is yeah, just now getting his Slugger boys back into the fray. In fact, yeah, they're getting caught between a bit of a rock and a hard place with these Assault Marines attacking as well, and the listening post in the background. Probably should be, yeah, probably should retreat as Assault Space Marines for the time being, and yeah, the relic has been decaptured as well. Check out both our players' resources in just a second, since we do still have a bit of a scrap in the middle. In fact, that scrap has been going on for quite some time, in fact. It's kind of funny to see Orc troops retreating from melee troops of other races, because normally, you know, their melee troops are the ones heading straight into the fray, but nope, not in this case. And that noob guy, okay, he's finally upgraded to big shooters, but still has, you know, like a big squad of shooters still there. But there we go, he's finally bringing in the separate squads of shooters, also being upgraded to big shooters. Shooters being upgraded to big shooters, god damn. Talk about repetition there, but anyway. And yeah, Assault Space Marines trying to ward them off as best as they can. One jumping in for each squad, although yeah, they're going to be running into a bit of a wall here, even the pile of guns being added in. And yeah, looks like Tepasa is doing a pretty good job in avoiding ranged fire, except in this case he's actually allowed these guys to take fire from 2 structures at the same time, and yeah, he's actually lost a few guys as well. Speaking of which, he's going for tier 2, going for another Force Commander, and yeah, just going for his target finders as well. Bit of a damage upgrade for his basic Space Marines, and I'm pretty sure it upgrades the Assault Space Marines as well. Pretty sure. And yeah, as for noob... well, that's what he's called. We call him Noob or SS, whatever. Yeah, he's building up some more war banners, so yeah, looks like he might be taking up as well. Don't quite see any vehicle plants or anything like that from him. Although, with the pile of guns, yeah, he's starting to research basic upgrades for his soldiers and all that. Okay, we even got Scout Marines. Capturing a point as well. So yeah, we got Tepasa upgrading another listing post, is at tier 2 as well, and our Orc player is slowly capturing his points, so he's actually making a bit of a move. And here we go, teleporting to one of the listing posts right now, in fact. Okay, noticing this one might be in a bit of trouble actually if they manage to make it that far, which they probably won't be able to, although they should be able to take out this listing post. Tepasa is going to want to decapture this point, and there we go, this is sort of just a sort of audacious move that we would yeah, put the Orc player a bit further ahead, although with the way his shooter boys have been forced to retreat, he might be in a bit of trouble though, although we do have, okay, do have these Assault Marines engaging the shooters at the top here, and finally do have Assault Marines coming in along with the Force Commander to try to take out these Slugger boys as well. And yeah, just having certainly quite another brawl, this time closer to the Space Marine players base, and here we go. This Jim guy actually jumping in a couple of Storm boys of his own, just to join the fray, although jumping them in for this purpose, just to, you know, directly assault infantry, or I should say melee infantry, is not really their best use. I mean, if he wants to throw more melee guys into the mix, he should have, you know, gone with either, you know, more melee guys like sluggers or knobs, that sort of stuff, rather than going for more slugger for storm boys of his own. But then again, he does have a single squad out now, and he can use them to try to harass a bit what the Space Marine commander is focusing on different points. But here we go now, just jumping back down to do a bit of damage. These Storm Boys. Actually, we do have one Storm Boy Knob being built for them, so that's a pretty useful unit to have. Interesting enough, the Storm Boy Knob costs exactly the same as a regular Knob for the ground army, and he can jump around on the jetpack as well and all that, so not too shabby indeed, given that I'm pretty sure Sergeants cost more, or do they not? Actually, I'm not sure, I can't remember. Can't remember the exact costs for the Sergeant units. Well, in any case, yeah, Stormboy Knobs. Basically put, yeah, they're pretty good melee troops to have in general, given that they're pretty, well, heavily armoured Knob in general, that of course can jump around. But, in any case, yeah, looks like Noob is actually setting up another war banner here, so he's going to be forming a bit of a strong point there. Hasn't been able to capture these outer regions just yet, or outer reaches as it were. But, yeah, actually, yeah, he's going straight for the jugular of Tepasas right now, so yeah, it's going to be a little bit of harassment. At the same time though, Tepasas is jumping in with his own troops right in the back as well, so pretty good positioning by him. Should be able to take on this shooter boarders, but at the same time though, we do have the Storm Boys doing a bit of damage as well. In fact, looks like the Storm Boy Knob has been upgraded with the claws upgrade. Man, we should look that up actually at some point, but in any case, yeah, they did manage to shut down that listening post, and yeah, they do have more troops coming in. Here we go, this is more what we're looking for. Got knobs, even with a knob leader. Kind of funny having a knob leader of knobs, but anyway, coming in, so yeah, they should be able to do one hell of a job in taking out these assault space marines, given that, you know, they're really meant to be used against ranged troops and such. Although these assault marines, we do have power weapons being researched for our commanders and all that, yeah, to have the Demon Hammer, and yeah, combined with power weapons of the Assault Space Marine squads, they might not be able to do too bad. And wow, talk about a scrap in the middle. Now we've got knobs against Assault Space Marines, which is something I don't see every day. Not seeing any ranged troops at all for our Space Marine. Oh, there we go. And of course, just as I say that, we actually get regular Space Marine squads being trained. Not bad, not bad. And yeah, some reinforcing Assault Space Marines coming in, and wow, this Force Commander doing a bit of damage against those knobs, although yeah, being forced to retreat a bit there. Notice that they don't have Plasma Pistols upgrade just yet for our Commander, and yeah, Orc player is being forced to retreat at the same time, though he is dividing his forces a bit and going for yeah, the outer reaches. And there we go, finally got Tepasas finally coming in, but yeah, these Storm Boys have managed to destroy, oh sorry, to decapture that point. Is this point? Okay, this point's still been captured though by the Space Marines, and wow, we've actually got regular Space Marines, okay, being upgraded with plasma guns just so they can fire on the move a bit more easily. This Link's post, I'm guessing, is most likely going to get destroyed as well, although the Orc player should take some heavy losses though. Same time though, yeah, we do have Storm Boys trying to take on these Space Marines, but yeah, we've got a listening post here which will be able to shoot them a bit as well. So yeah, one hell of a spread of troops, and yeah, Tepasas still managed to keep that listening post alive for the time being. So all Space Marines still chasing the shooter boys around. Not seeing any vehicles out for either player, and I'd say that could help turn the tide actually, if a player can get vehicles out, and provided that they use them effectively as well, because we're not seeing any anti-vehicle units out for either player either. They do have quite a few melee units and all that out. And I suppose these Space Marines could be upgraded with rocket launchers, although yeah, they're going to be forced into melee in either case, and yeah, just going to be seeing another all-out brawl. We've got Shooter Boys coming in for a bit of range fire support, and yeah, got old Force Commander doing a bit of damage as well. Gotta love the sound effects of his fancy demon, given to him by rather melodramatic Inquisitive Toph. Going to want to be careful though. Force Commander is a pretty powerful asset, especially with good old Force Weapon upgrade, and yeah, he's just probably going to want to put him probably into ranged stance along with his Space Marines, but Nupe instead is going to get taken out there, so yeah, a bit of a bloody end for him. And we've still got nearly full squad of knobs still being utilised on the field as well, so it looks like our Space Marine player finally starting to buckle under the pressure of the combined melee and ranged onslaught. Although, here we go. Of course, now we've got Dreadnoughts coming out, or the Space Marine player. So provided that he can keep these tank busters at bay, he should be able to do one hell of a job in mopping up these knobs and yeah, keeping these other ranged troops at bay. Strange enough, we're going to be seeing a... okay, not really seeing the stealth upgrade for these tank busters, which could be a bit of a mistake for the noob guy. And at the very least, yeah, going to be able to take out these tank busters. Wow. Just flinging about just like that. But yeah, we do see the infrastructure slowly crumbling for our Space Marine player, though he is starting to bring out vehicles, so... an orc map, really. Oh, don't tell him he's going to quit already, or going to give up already in either case. Still got a few minutes to go, so hopefully he'll keep on trucking, as it were. And not bad, because my saying lol, one of the spectators there. And yeah, it's not really that much of an orc map. I mean, this Tepasis guy was doing pretty well. The problem is that he transitioned a bit late into Dreadnoughts, while you know, his assault Space Marines basically were cleaned up by the heavier melee troops that were later on deployed by our orc player. Well, what the hell? If we keep saying, should I say, land speeders and all that, maybe to provide some range support for our Space Marine player, he might just be able to beat our orc player, at least until he gets the appropriate counter. But what the hell? See what happens. And finally, yeah, the tank busters being cloaked. Not seeing any sort of cloak detection. And of course, once I say that as well, the skull probe comes out for our Space Marine player. But yeah, it's a bit too little too late, because yeah, one of the Dreadnoughts has gone down, the second one is less than half health, and all the Assault Marines have gone down as well. So probably should have focused on getting a skull probe out before, and interesting, and then yeah, maybe getting in a Assault Space Marine squad to take out these tank busters, while the Dreadnought focused on the melee troops and such, and the other ranged troops as well of the orc player. But there we go, that's just my analysis of the game then. But what the hell, still not such a shabby game in general, and wow, we've even got a Hellfire Dreadnought being deployed. Another unit you don't see too often. Does a pretty good job at disrupting troops and all that. Not really seeing orc player bunching up his troops too much, and the problem is, of course, tank busters, which have yeah, still been left to their own devices, although yeah, I think he's managing to knock a few around who are mixed in amongst those Shooter Boys. But yeah, of course, the Hellfire Dreadnought is really meant to be supporting your troops rather than taking them all on his own, given those own weapons don't have that much of a high DPS. But what the hell, I mean, that Tepasis guy is still hanging in. What else does he have coming in? He's got a standard Dreadnought coming in, a Chaplain and a Force Commander, so certainly going in for heavier and more elite units, but yeah, I just don't see it working out for him. Problem is that he stuck too much with his Assault Space Marines once the Orc player moved in with heavier melee forces, and yeah, as a result, his pretty much all of his ground army was wiped out, and yeah, he just doesn't have too much of an answer for these current Orc units. And yeah, he also was too careless of his vehicles, letting those tank busters letting them take so many shots against his Dreadnoughts. And yeah, these things are pretty expensive, say less. But anyway, let him take too many shots and getting killed off. And here's another rare thing, actually, don't see too often: a Dreadnought being upgraded with a Gatling cannon or assault cannon. Normally, if you're going to be going for a ranged Dreadnought, you just pay for the Hellfire Dreadnought, because as you can see, it's got a little assault cannon of its own, which I don't think does the same amount of damage as the one on this one, but really it's a hell of a lot cheaper, and it's also got the long-range missile launcher as well. So really, for general range support, you're better off just spending a bit less and getting a Hellfire Dreadnought, which can do one hell of a job supporting from long range. But what the hell? Also got Power Fist upgrade being researched as well, which is kind of funny. So I guess that'll help a bit with power weapon upgrades in general. Yeah, it's just too little too late. So got the War Track even being sent in, which is going to clean up this Hellfire Dreadnought. Also being upgraded with a Bomb Chucker, which is kind of funny given they're not really facing masses of you know, infantry, Space Marine infantry or anything like that. In fact, we've actually got another Dreadnought coming out, and wow, yet another Dreadnought. So no Land Speeder Tempests and no regular Land Speeders either. Don't know if I especially agree with that, but what the hell. Noob's still being delayed a bit, but with War Trucks and such also coming out, yeah, I think it's just a matter of time until our Space Marine player is crushed, unless if he can mount one hell of a defense of his vehicles and commanders, but I just don't quite see that happening. I mean, if he wanted maybe in an anti-vehicle, or rather a ranged unit, probably would have been better off just going with the yeah, oh okay, that's right, in Fortress Monastery to get the twin-linked las cannon. Well, in that case, he probably would have just been better off going with a Land Speeder Tempest or with Space Marines with heavy weapons upgrades rather than these Dreadnoughts and oh well. Yeah, there we go. Apparently the Orc player's been picking up his troops and such. Huh. Just standing. And yeah, here comes another Dreadnought, but yeah, with Tank Busters basically being able to blow the crap out of it, it's not going to be able to do too much. No knobs ganging up on the poor Force Commander. Ouch. And yeah, being taken out just like that. Although there we go, finally do have the Skull Probe being deployed, although he's going to want to keep that Skull Probe alive. Okay, never mind, he has managed to keep it alive. Wow. And yeah, this Tank Bus is turning stealth once again. Skull Probe being forced back, and yeah, Dreadnought just being brought down once again. So yeah, not really too much else to say. Definitely should have seen what the Space Marine player should have done, but yeah, as they say, hindsight is 20/20. Usually, anyway. Depends on whether you have, you know, all the facts or not. Sometimes even then it's hard to get all the facts, but of course here it's easy to get all the facts because you're seeing the game from all the players' perspectives. But anyway, and yeah, there's GG by Goron, interesting. A GG by a spectator. Well, in either case, yeah, it's a game over the Space Marine player. Good play by both players, but yeah, we should have just seen a bit of a faster switch to more appropriate troops and vehicles by our Space Marine player Tipasas. Although Noob could have fared a bit better as well in the earlier stages, but what the hell. Did a pretty good job hanging in there in either case. So yeah, hope to be able to upload this game later on, and until that happens, this has been Damon Dudovich signing off.